still processing that impact. Mm. Have you fully processed the impact that you had, being raised in a single-parent household?
No.
I'm sure you've come a long way through that. Right?
It's a lifelong thing, because I think I realized as I enter different phases in my life, I realized what I needed my father for. And the need and the yearning for my father changes as I enter those spaces. Mm. So while I've forgiven him, I've done the work to forgive him and to understand that he was a human being, that he tried his best and all that stuff. I am going to always reckon or deal with the impact of his lack of presence, because as a man, I'm learning myself on a daily. I think he was the most influential man in my life, not for the reasons you would think. He was the most influential man in my life because of negative confirmation, right? He showed me by his lack of presence what I didn't want to be, right? So I think from that standpoint, I don't discount that experience, and I've been able to reconcile the fact that he wasn't around with my life and how it turned out. There's no guarantee that I would have turned out good, right, or who I am today had he been around.
Right.
Right? Maybe the fact that he wasn't around is what made me kind of get to this point. So, I still wrestle with the impact of it, and I think I also wrestle with things that have nothing to do with my father.
Right.
But the most important thing I think I've done is release myself from the anger that it came with for a really long time in my life.
Mm. And did you do that on your own, or did you do that with the help of therapy? Therapy,
partners, even friends, colleagues, right? Like I'm open to receiving information and perspective from wherever it comes. But it's been a lifelong, and it will continue to be a lifelong journey. When I'm on my dying bed, my deathbed, there are going to be things that I wish I had my dad there to ask. So I've reconciled that part of my life.
Okay. Yeah, and I just want to tell you and remind you of how important the work is that you do. Because even your words right now, you may not know it because your back is to him. But Hansel is the young brother from my neighborhood who's out here helping us today, because my production assistant, Sam, shout out to Sam, he couldn't make it today. He's listening to every word, man, and he's shaking his head and he's nodding with you. And just know that you're being heard and you're having an effect.
Shout to you, my bro. Shout to you.
You're having an effect, brother, So we don't have to get too much into that, but just know that you are.